Cruise news time, and we have more information about the tragedy that has unfolded on the Sky Princess. We have a cruiser arrested, and we have a list of the 9 dirtiest cruise ships in 2024. That, plus a whole lot more. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I am your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for a Thursday the 26th of December, 2024. And let's go. The first story, a horribly tragic story. The family of 48-year-old Elizabeth McMurray has been posting some of her last photos as she embarked the Sky Princess with her mother on December the 15th. Sadly, McMurray attempted to jump off of the Sky Princess into the water at the end of that cruise. She did not make it off of the Sky Princess, instead landing on one of the lower decks. Cruise ship emergency response and medical teams responded to her after her fall, but she did pass away. McMurray's mother taking to social media saying she never expected to lose her daughter, praising the efforts of the crew members on the Sky Princess in the wake of this tragedy. Very sad. Very sad. Cruise news story number 2, we have the adjustment of the itineraries of 6 Carnival cruise ships in 2025 and 2026. The 6 ships are the Carnival Celebration, the Carnival Sunshine, the Carnival Vista, the Carnival Magic, the Carnival Sunrise, and the Carnival Spirit. 15 cruises have been impacted. Guests have been notified, but I just want to lay it out there just in case you may have missed any kind of notification. If you're on any of those cruise ships in 2025 and 2026, you may want to check your email or just make sure that your booking's still as it was. It's that time of year, I suppose, where cruise lines are readjusting their itineraries. It's got to be a little challenging, I think, to make these plans far out into the future because you don't know how shifting environments and all those kind of things are going to impact you. But we see it across all cruise lines. We've seen Norwegian recently change a bunch of cruises. This is fairly common, and it's usually way out into the future. So we have Carnival adjusting the itineraries of these 6 cruise ships. Well, the IRS has just released a new warning to consumers to be on the lookout for identity thieves and scammers when using the internet. Surprise, the internet can be a troubling place, especially if you do not protect your private data. That's why I'm happy to tell you about the sponsor of today's episode, Private Internet Access VPN. Private Internet Access VPN is an application that encrypts your internet data, keeping it away from hackers and prying eyes. And look, protecting your internet data isn't the only thing that PIA VPN does. It also helps you with geofencing. I've recently been watching a TV show featuring the actor Morgan Freeman, which has made me want to rewatch The Shawshank Redemption, considered by many one of the best films ever. And well, sadly, Shawshank Redemption is not available to stream on Netflix here in the United States, but it is in Canada. With PIA VPN, you can connect to a server in Canada and watch Andy Dufresne make his escape to the beach. PIA VPN has a 20-day money-back guarantee. They offer 24/7 support. They don't store any of your personal data, and you can cover unlimited devices for one low price. Now you can try PIA VPN for yourself at a discounted price. Go to my link, www.piavpn.com/La Lido Loca for 83% off of your subscription. That equals about $2.03 a month, and you get 4 months entirely free. piavpn.com/La Lido Loca. Thank you, PIA VPN, for sponsoring today's episode. I do have to tell you about the man that was arrested after his cruise. But first, let me tell you about this. Cruise news story number 3, just a quick acknowledgement of the 35th year of service of Windstar Cruises' Star Breeze cruise ship. This cruise ship originally entered into service as a seaborne cruise ship, the Seaborne Spirit, but Star Breeze has been sailing with Windstar since back in 2015. The math of cruising continues to be wild to me. You see it, right? You see companies putting money into older cruise ships. It must be a better financial play than building new cruise ships at some point. Even these cruise ships that get to 35, 40 years old, they're still not done. A lot of times they'll leave major brands like Windstar and Seabourn and go to brands, say in India or into the Middle East, and continue to have another 10 or 15 year run. And then even at the end of the day, that hardware is eventually sold for scrap, or it's wild, the math of cruising. Never sailed on Windstar or Seabourn. How about you? Have you been on either one of those brands? Either way, congratulations to this cruise ship for hitting its 35th year in service. All right, let me tell you the story of Dominic Weaver. He was arrested in the port of Miami after a recent cruise, and this guy has avoided paying his, or refused to, I don't know the right language, but he is being detained because he has not paid his child support in 10 years, racking up a back child support bill of over $100,000. Recently, he did go to court for this when he owed $90,000, and he was given probation and ordered to start paying child support. He did not. And then he's kind of been, avoiding all of that. Well, it's tricky. It's tricky. If you decide to go on a cruise, all that data that you supply to the cruise company gets submitted, I would think probably to Customs and Border Protection, CBP, Customs and Border Protection. But I'm assuming that's interfaced with all kinds of law enforcement agencies. And if you're in the system with a warrant or flagged for anything, there's a good chance they're going to get you. And we've seen it happen time and time again on cruise ships. You go and you have your fun little cruise vacation, and well, the law is waiting for you when you get ready to disembark. That was certainly the case for this guy. Dominic Weaver has been transferred to court system in Louisville, Kentucky. This is where this is all going down. The prosecutor there is saying that he's trying to even get that earlier probation sentence removed, and this guy might get jail time. I mean, two things: you should pay your child support, and then secondly, if you got some warrants or something, I would be leery about going on a cruise ship, because they're gonna get you. They are going to get you. Now, I still have to tell you about the 9 dirtiest cruise ships of 2024, but I do have some Carnival drama to share with you, some complaint drama. And I do want to share this image with you. This image is coming out from Disney. It's the first look at the stern of the new Disney Destiny. And look, I'm not a huge Disney cruise fan. I really feel like you got to go cruising with somebody that's a big Disney fan to enjoy that experience. I did it one time. I probably should do it again. But what makes me excited about this picture of the stern of the Disney Destiny is, yes, that's the old webhead himself, my favorite Marvel comic book character, Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever Spider can. Most of the time on these Disney cruise ships, these, outside is adorned with classic Disney characters. But here you go. Spider-Man getting his due. How about that? Can you spot the Spider-Man on the set? Probably not. It's blurry back there, but he's there. There's a Spider-Man on the set. Do you see it? Okay, let me share with you a couple of the latest kooky Carnival cruise complaints. First up is a cruiser that wrote in saying that she has been trying to email the maitre d' of her upcoming cruise to ask the maitre d' not to seat her with people that she does not have anything in common with. Which I'm not sure how the maitre d' would know that. But either way, she has not been getting a response from the maitre d', and she reached out to Carnival brand ambassador John Hild saying, "Hey, JH, how come the maitre d' will not respond to my emails?" And well, John said, we don't want that. We don't want people emailing the maitre d'. They're already overwhelmed in their system, and they don't have time to answer everybody's personal email. And that if she really does have a problem, she can reach out to John Hild and he will try to accommodate her. There's a lot of things to unpack in that complaint. I think the main takeaway, and the thing that might be helpful to people watching that don't really understand, the best way to interact with the maitre d', like if you don't like where you're sitting, or if you want to sit somewhere else, that kind of thing, they're usually open on embarkation day. When you get on the cruise ship, you can go to the main dining room and you can say, "Hey, we'd like just a table for 2. We don't really want to share a table." I don't think any maitre d' is going to understand what everybody is into or not into. So this request of, "Can you seat us with somebody that we have something in common with?" that seems way beyond what the cruise staff would know how to do. I think if you want to find some shipmates or people to sit with, maybe jump on the Facebook group before the sailing and see what, if you have something in common with people. I mean, I get the fact I don't like sitting with strangers. I'm usually asking for a table for two, or even if I'm by myself, I'll sit by myself. But yeah, that's a kind of a interesting request. And then number two, there is a customer that is upset. A customer that is upset that Carnival charges for the birthday or anniversary or romantic celebration gifts that they put into a cruise cabin. The complainer's contention is that people that have birthdays, and especially her kid, because it's a Christmas birthday, it's a Christmas baby. And look, I got a Christmas baby. Happy birthday to my daughter. We celebrated yesterday. But because she has a Christmas baby, that baby deserves a birthday cake in their cruise cabin, but it should be gratis. It should be free. That this whole idea of paying for decorations and birthday cakes is a bridge too far. And she thinks that Carnival should give her that stuff for free. And well, because she brought it up, it looks like she probably will get some free stuff. That's the other nice thing about Santa John Heald, is a lot of times when you write into him, he'll just give you stuff. I'll do what I can to make your cruise wonderful. He's like he's magic. But I'm assuming they can't do that for everybody. But yeah, she's upset because birthday babies aren't getting free birthday cakes. It's another case of corporate greed and nickeling and diming. Do you agree with that assertion? Should everybody having a birthday, anniversary, any kind of celebration get free stuff, or do you have to pay? What say ye? Okay, let's talk about the 9 dirtiest cruise ships of 2024. And you may be asking, how is this list determined? There is a program that is run by the CDC called the Vessel Sanitation Program, where they randomly inspect cruise ships. You have to have at least an 80 to be considered passing, not failing. The average for cruise ships in 2024 is a 95.6. And well, these 9 cruise ships all had certainly less than that. First up on the list is the Hapag-Lloyd's Hanseatic Inspiration. It scored a 62, which is really bad, back in September, and it improved to an 89 in October. Carnival Cruise Line's Carnival Elation scored an 89 in March. Adventure of the Seas by Royal Caribbean in 89 in July. The Seabird by National Geographic and Lindblad Expedition scored an 88 in July. Carnival Miracle an 88 in April. MSC Magnifica an 86 in May. Irv Rima by Ritz-Carlton an 86 in February. Carnival Breeze an 86 in March, and the Caribbean Princess an 86 in March. Look, they all passed. It's not the average of the 95.6. I mean, I guess the good thing about these inspections is it does, kind of become the catalyst, the push for these cruise ships that are scoring low, for the people on those cruise ships to do better, to put some, to check their procedures. So that's really the question for today. Do you check the CDC sanitation score for your future cruises? Leave a yes or no in the comments below. Thanks again to Private Internet Access for sponsoring today's show. Please hit that like button on the way out. This is Tony for Lido Loca. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.
Cruise news, cruise news, cruise.